Live. You are live. Oh, is that it? Okay. Um, Hi, Rudraksh. How are you doing? We'll just wait another 5 minutes to allow everyone to join in, and we can start accordingly. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can just drop down and we'll start answering those. For the ones who just joined, we'll wait another 5 minutes for others to join in. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat, and my team and I would be answering them. Okay. And the question can be about your own startup. It doesn't have to be about the competition by itself. Right? This chat is just a general conversation to get to know the participants, to get to know you pretty much. Hi Bhuvaneshwar. Hi Shlok. The idea of this meeting is okay, I'll just introduce myself in case you don't know me. My name is Dr. Saeel Momin. I am the head of strategy and projects at Startup Nation. Uh, from next week onwards, so from first week of August, the training phase of the competition will start. But during that time or during the training modules, interactions will be bare minimum, right? Because there'll be recorded sessions. We wanted to organize a weekly session, a weekly live session with all the participants to answer any question that they have about startups in general. So if you are looking for, let's say, funding, or you have questions about your business model or how to validate your idea, this is the place you can just ask me or my team anything, and my team or I, either one of us, would answer your question. But it's registered in the competition. So what can I do? Like, is it compulsory for her to be added in the competition? No, that's not necessary. So at this stage, uh, you can just come do the training session, and after the training session, when you will be ready to submit your pitch about the startup or the idea that you have, that time you have to decide the team and everything at that stage. It's not necessary to have a team right now. Also, that's a very common problem with us, so need not worry. In many cases, uh, the the earliest thing that breaks in a startup is a team, right? And that happens in the first 2 3 months itself. So that's a very normal thing. That's a very common thing. So don't let's not get demotivated on that, right? By the way, what did you have an idea that you wanted to participate with, Rudraksh? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Okay. Can I make a team with my school friends? Yes, Shlok, you can do that with your school friends. Not a problem. Uh, does anyone want to tell me about their startup idea? We'll start from there. Hi, Vinod. Okay. Okay. Sure. I mean, I can guide you where you can get the grants, and I hope that helps. So, in terms of the grants, there are maybe 3 4 grants being launched every week. We are going to start being more active on the funding WhatsApp channel and the LinkedIn channel as well, where we'll be posting more and more about the grants that are available out there for startups. At least for now, where you are looking for a lot of them. Why don't you tell me about your idea, and then we can then I'll be able to guide you better about which grant you can go for, right? Because their grants are always very specific. Okay, the space solar power system. Sounds fun. Is an innovative approach of solving the global energy crisis by collecting solar energy in space and wirelessly transferring it to Earth and other satellites. Huh, that is actually a very good idea. But do you have the technology for it? Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself, Rudra? Like, tell me your background. Who are you? I mean, are you a school student, university student? What is it? Tell me a bit about your background, right? So I'll get a brief context, like I'll get some context. You're a grade 10 student. Okay, all right. So first of all, Razak, the idea is good, but you need to have you done the research on the technology side of things, like how you're going to execute that? Okay, why don't you walk me through it? Like, I mean, if just tell me about the generic technology, nothing about. All right, so you have a PowerPoint presentation. I'll do one thing. This can be interesting. I'll post my number here. You can WhatsApp me the presentation right now, and I'll go through it and help you out. Right? 69956. That's my number. So, meanwhile, I will go and answer other questions. Right? Uh, Bhuvaneshwarji, you said that you make eco-friendly products. Can you tell me a bit more about what kind of product? Like, what is which type of eco-friendly product you make? Like, it's a packaging, or it's something that consumer goods, or something like that. So I'll get an idea of which grant I can, suggest you. Harika. So I have an idea of a startup to participate in the competition, but we read the FAQs and guidelines. As mentioned, the competition happened in Mumbai. So should we come there? No. So the competition, the first few phases, everything is online. If only if you get qualified for the semi-finals. I mean, only the 3-day semi-final and the final that will take place in India. And right now, it's not Mumbai; it's shifted to Pune. Right. So we'll be doing it in Pune. Okay, so Raj, hi. I'm just still waiting for your presentation, by the way. Uh, then I'll go through it. So Harika, you can first participate, do the training sessions, pitch your idea. If you get qualified, then you will have to come to Pune for 3 days. That is in on 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of December. So you'll have holidays at that time. So it won't be a problem either. Raitu, I have a startup idea. Please tell me your startup idea, Raitu. We'll walk through it. Okay. Make e- okay, you make eco-friendly products from agri waste, and this product induced with plant seed which cleans water bodies. Interesting. Um, Cutleries, art, and craft. Okay, great. So since you make cutleries, right? There is the packaging market the packaging type of grants that you can go for. And since you're working with agri waste, there are specific grants for agri waste as well. I'll just tell the best one I can think about is joining an incubation center, especially so in agri waste and that kind of sector. The best incubation center or acceleration program that I can think of right now is TechnoServe. Right, they have a very good program for that. Second one that you can reach out to is Manage. They have in-house grants for it. You can also apply for RKVY Raftar, right? That's an agri-based grant, and that's available in all not all, but many agri-centric incubation centers. So if you apply from there, you will get it. It's very likely that you'll get it. Do you have any IP for it? Do you have like any patent or something that you file for, Bhuvaneshwarji? What is the process and goal? Can you please elaborate? Uh, Dance for fun. You'll have to tell me a bit more. What is the process and goal for what? For the conversation right now, if you're talking about the conversation right now, it is pretty much to have a conversation with future entrepreneurs, students, faculty, alumni, and help them in their journey right now, right? So independent of the competition, we still want to just help people out there by connecting them, by helping them, or facilitating them, pretty much. So that's the goal of this conversation. So will you please let me know the structure of the competition and how can we access the course? So the courses for the competition will go live in the first week of August. You will all get an email for to register, and then you can log in and get everything online. The entire course is pre-recorded and you will get access to it online. There will be a few live sessions, again, online live sessions for specific topics that you will have to attend in order to get the certificates. Secondly, after the training, you will have an incubation. You will have to submit a 2 to 3 minute pitch video focusing on your problem, solution, and unique selling point. And that is after the training session, nothing right now, right? And that's the time when you decide your team, your every problem that you're going to focus and everything else. Uh, we will put your video in the public domain. You will have to collect votes for it. People with the highest votes get selected for semifinals. So we are looking at 10 domains, so 250 per domain. Top 250 from each domain, that's 2,500 startups, will go into semifinals. Semifinals, you get a stall, you basically pitch your idea, you show how you're going to execute it, how much money you need, where you're going to use it, everything. Right? We'll help you through that in the training program. Once that is done, from the 2,500, top 250 will be chosen and you will be declared winner. Now, before the semi-finals, there's also an incubation phase where all the 2,500 startups will be paired with an incubation center that will provide them with a bit more hand-holding support and show them what an incubation center is, how it works, and what kind of support it can provide. Right? So that's pretty much the entire journey of the competition. After the competition, we provide you with fellowship and a conditional investment term sheet, meaning you will have 3 to 6 months to achieve a set target with the limited money or resource that we provide. If you are able to achieve the target with the limited time and resource that you have, you give the confidence to the investor that you're good enough for the investment, and the investor will let the money in. Right? That's pretty much it. So before the competition, during, and after. Now, Shlok, sir, I am an ATL in my school. So can I make a project on coding? Yes, absolutely, Shlok. You can do that. I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling through there. There are a few things that I have to go through. So yes, you can do a project on coding, Shlok. Absolutely not a problem. Just make sure that whatever you're coding, right, it has to have some meaning behind it. It needs to be addressing some problem out there. So when you're coding, go for it, but just code to develop something that solves a problem rather than just creating a calculator or something. Don't do that kind of stuff. I'm sure you guys are very smart now and you are exposed to a lot of problems in the world. Just walk out there, you'll identify a problem, try creating a solution for that, apply with it. How to get funding in IDA stage without registering the company? Oh, you cannot get a lot of funding without registering your company. I'll tell you the reason. Now, uh, now in the West, there's a concept called SAFE, right? It's a safe note, where it's a contract between an investor and unregistered startup, where they give you money on the condition that when you register the startup or when you raise your next round, whatever valuation you get at that stage, we'll get a lower valuation in terms of our equity conversion. So there is a contract that is popular on that side of the world. However, in the Indian continent or the Asian side of the things, that is not very much there. Investors are very. We don't have many investors that fund ideas. There are some, very few. There are government grants that you can apply for. There is the Nidhi Prayas grant, which you can get, or there is an EIR, which is an entrepreneurship in residence funding. Many VC funding, many VCs offer this kind of program where you basically get small amount of resource where you have to use that and go out and work with them. Actually, you have to go there, stay there, build your startup and stuff like that. Every course is different. Every EIR is different. So it's called Entrepreneurship in Residence Program, right? Um, and there is a government version of it, which is done by the Nidhi Prayas scheme, and there is a non-government version of it, which is done by many VCs around India. I think last year there was one which needed entrepreneurs to go to Goa, stay there for a month or a couple of months to work on their idea and develop a startup. Now that's a very cool one, right? I mean, I would love to go to Goa, get paid, and build my own startup. I'm just saying. Um, all right. Thank you. So, how can we prepare for this? Swati, if you could just ask me the entire thing in one question, like in one text, because by the time I think by the time I see this, there is something that you probably added before that is been missed because you typed it in multiple phases. So I'll have to search for what that was. Could you just type it again? I'll answer your question. Not a problem. Okay, I'll just go to that. Pocket FM. Okay, Oswati also asking what is this exactly and what we have to do. Okay, so Swati, this is for the competition, Startup Nation Olympiad that you probably registered. And this right now is just a conversation with future founders to help them and support them wherever they need. Sir, I'm working on finance technology startup. That's actually very nice because there's not a lot of fintech startups in India. I need your guidance. How can I contact you? I put my number in the chat in case you haven't seen it. I don't know. Can you just put my number in there again? Right. So my team will put my number in again. Just drop me a WhatsApp and I'll be able to help you. Uh, okay. So we have Rudraksh PPT. I'll just open that as well because I promised him I'll go through it. Uh, I'll not post it right here on the screen. I'll just look at it on my phone. And Rudraksh, if you're still there, we'll go through it, right? So, overview, okay, satellite limitations, environmental impact, innovative solutions, okay, all right. Mhm. Power collection, multimode energy transmission, energy systems. Uh, okay, all right, great. Wow, that's a lot of project costs for a. So, since you put your costs in there, and I mean, it's a big cost, but I get where you're coming from because I mean, if you can provide me that much energy, it's actually very cheap. So that's a good project to have with Raj. Uh, but now when I'm looking at it, there's one thing that you've not included in this, which is how exactly are you going to go? So there is a step-by-step process, right? So I'm looking at it. You want a space grade solar panel deployment mechanisms, and you've done a very good job at telling me where your expenditure would be. So that's very good. But I still don't see the technology side of things. Why should I put my like? Obviously, I'm not one of the space investors, but why should a space investor invest in you? You need a pedigree on that, unfortunately, here, right? Which basically means that if I give you the money, you should have the capabilities of delivering it. Now, in order to do that, obviously, I cannot expect you to go out there and make a satellite, right? It's not possible. But what you can do instead is create a proof of concept or a plan uh, along with, let's say, so every hardware requires a software, right? You can create that software, right? You can walk people through that software. You can create a demo version of how things will work and how your software is going to operate that thing, and that will give people confidence that all this person requires is the initial hardware, which is existing technology. If we give it to him, he will generate that thing for us, right? So in space tech and especially in defense tech as well, it's very complicated because you require large sums of money. Even in hardware, you require large sums of money to execute your prototype or your MVP and stuff, and it's not really viable that way. And in India, we don't have that ecosystem where you put in that much of money. Alternatively, what I suggest is you don't look at it from the money point of view. You look at it from what other things are required apart from the hardware, right? So when you've given me a nice breakdown of the cost, there is a very good part that you've. It's very good, by the way. There is one segment that you can do for free. There's always something about your project that you can do for free right now, and that is something that you need to do right now. Yeah. And once you've developed that part and got to a stage where you cannot move forward without the investment, that is when you need to start approaching investors. I mean, not exactly right after that, maybe 2 3 months before that, right? And then that will take it forward. And especially in this case, so if you're thinking about deep tech, Startup Nation has an investor partnership with an Austrian entity that focuses and funds only deep tech, right? But they would require a proof and like credibility of yours, like proof of credibility that you can deliver before they put any money. So once you get to that stage, reach out again. I'll be happy to put you in touch with them, and you guys can take it forward from there. Right? All right. Pocket FM. I don't know if you dropped me a message. Smart. Okay. I cannot go through all the messages on WhatsApp, so just put them here, right? It'll be easier. And you can WhatsApp me afterwards as well. You have my number, so don't worry about it. Uh, I have something from Ritu Seva 360. Then the person, and I'll go through that first. I'll just okay. That is the next one. Farmers get access to well soil analysis, expert tracking, government schemes. The app includes community chat room, emergency support. Okay, okay, that's actually a very good thing to have. What are the problems that you're facing, Ritu? Oh, Ritu, I'm sorry for pronouncing it wrong. What are the problems that you're facing that I can help you with? What if you miss a class? Will it be recorded? Yes, Rudraksh, everything will be recorded. You can. That's why we are doing it recording, because we don't want you to miss out on anything. Right? Take your time. Whenever you have free time, that is when you can look at the modules, learn from it, do your assignments or workshops on it. And the assignments and workshops are not something that you have to submit to us. They're just something for you to practice with. Is the course free or paid? Everything is free. So the entire competition, including the training, everything is free for you guys, right? Uh, you could update your details for further communication. So Pooja Sawant is someone who would really like to connect with you, Bhubaneswar. Please do connect. That's the best part about the startup community in India. It's not always the competition winners who benefit the most. It's the people who can use that network and community the most in order to collaborate and make sure that everyone succeeds. May I know who will vote for our ideas? So, Mr. Doshi, the idea there is that you are to promote your idea, your solution, and your USP. The, the video will be put in the public domain. You will be provided with a link. You have to promote it amongst the people who would vote for you. Now, the reason why we are doing that is for two very simple reasons. It is not every good product or every good service will make it out there, right? And the sole reason is that sometimes founders get too stuck on the product and the service itself and forget about sales and marketing. The ability to sell their product or to sell their idea, their vision is a lot more important sometimes, in some cases, than the product or the service by itself. Your product and the service, a good product and a good service is the bare minimum you need to enter the market. But once you enter the market, it's a rat race, right? You need to have the ability to pitch, you need to have the ability to convince or deliver your emotions, your ideas, your vision to the other person. And that's the whole idea here, right? People who are able to deliver that to a targeted market, to a general audience, they'll get more votes, right? That's what we are going with. Can we have the list of 10 different categories? Yes, please put the list of 10 categories on the chat. I'm sorry, this is my first time doing a YouTube live, so I am very new to this. Uh, so we got the info. We got the info. We got the info. It was yeah, Harika. So we got the info of the competition in college. Can you elaborate on how to prepare for the competition? Like, should we create a PPT, a survey, a research paper, or something like that along with the video? Nothing like that is required right now, Harika. At this stage, you simply need to participate and learn about the basics of entrepreneurship. Once that is done, if you have an idea, you simply create your pitch, 2 to 3 minute pitch video. You do not need to provide us with any other documentation at this stage. However, when you will pitch in front of the investors, at that stage, you will require a more detailed presentation because you will have to pitch all the elements of your idea and your startup to them. Right? And all of that support will be provided by us during the training. We will provide you with a template that you can use, and you can use that template or any other template that you feel more comfortable with to deliver the ideas that you want to deliver. Yeah. Dance for fun. We are holding this competition for the first time, or this is offered before as well, to get a concrete idea about the way it is held. So we have had many competitions before this where we focused on individual universities. However, for the global scale of the competition that we have right now, so right now this competition is being promoted in Asia, all the countries in Asia, including North Korea, if I have the opportunity to, Africa, Middle East, Europe, and Oceania. Right. The only two continents that we are not focusing on is the North and South America, and that is solely because the time difference. I do not want to wake up at 12 o'clock at night to give a speech. I have no patience for that. Right. So that's the reality of things. So far, we have about eight. This morning I checked. I have eight. We have 8,000 participants. We are expecting the number of participants to go up to about 30 to 50,000. And the reason for that is a lot of international schools, colleges, and universities are on summer break right now. And they open only in like late July, early August, and stuff like that, right? So in August, whether or not we extend the deadline, we'll start the LMS because we cannot disrespect the Indian participants there either. So we'll start the LMS from there and then we'll go ahead with that, right? I'm making something related, Moksh. I am making something related to AI, which can make tasks easy for business. So, like an AI agent, Moksh, on what basis funding will be given? So, uh, if you are the finalist, the semi-finalist, at that stage, funding will be given about on the basis of your capability of delivering the idea, right? To take your idea from just an idea to a proof of concept or a minimum viable product. What is the next stage that you can achieve with the limited resource that you have? If the gap is too high, or if you do not have the capabilities or the resources or anything else on the other hand, it's very difficult for you automatically. You will be judged only and only on your ability to deliver, right? In the first phase, it's your ability to save. The second one will be your ability to deliver in terms of the operation side. And the way we're going to do that is the competition is going to run for 5 6 months, right? So over this 5 6 months, from the start of the training program till the semifinals, how much has that idea evolved? From just an idea, did you develop something on the side? Did you do at least the market research? Did you validate your market? Did you go out there and check whether people actually want to pay for your solution or not? Right? That is something that we're looking for efforts that you put in to actually make this project forward, take this project forward. I'm sorry. And that's pretty much the basis you will be getting your funding as well, right? You will have to tell us how much money you need, when you need, and where you're going to spend each rupee that you get in funding. And based on that, the investors will then come up with a KPI saying that, okay, if this person will get a small amount, if he can achieve this, his next target, he or she can achieve the next target in, let's say, 3 months or 6 months time, then we have the confidence that this person may be able to deliver this project and will put in the money for the next stage of the project. Okay, can you please introduce yourself from industry, academia, or policymaker, or something else? All right. Um, Startup Nation, let me introduce Startup Nation to you first. Dance for Fun. Startup Nation is a not for profit organization, which is a founder based community with a sole aim and vision to create an aggregated platform where first time and early stage startup founders can come and get all the minimum resources that they require, and to avoid those early pitfalls and to get to those early stages of startup, right? That's why we've taken the opportunity of this competition to create a network of facilitation centers, so all your incubation center, ATLs, accelerator programs, and we're creating a global network of that. So an incubation network, a university or a research institute network where you can go and develop your products. We have a mentors network where every mentor is a founder of his own startup with an experience of more than of 3 to 5 to 10 years of experience. So they've been through that exact journey in that exact domain as you that you are starting. So they'll be able to help you out. We are also going to create a marketplace where every startup, irrespective or not they're part of us, they can promote their product or service. We are also going to put up a recruitment page where you can get your early team and your early co-founders from, because it's not possible for you to get all your talent in your on your college, university, or school, right? You have to reach out to other people. Everything is free. The marketplace is free. Every time a person plays buy now, they'll be directed to your website. So you get all the free traffic. The hiring is free. You can post a job for free. We'll just have to validate whether you're a real company or not. That's it. If you are a real company and a startup with a DPIT certificate, we'll validate it and you can post your jobs for free. Right? So that will be launched. So I think the marketplace will be launched next week, and the hiring page will be launched after. So even if you don't want to start your own startup, it's a good place for you to find a job in startups. So that is us, Dance for Fun. We are basically an aggregator, community-based, founder community-based NGO, where we are just hoping to help the first-time founders. We've all been through that tough journey, and we've all made those horrible mistakes that has caused many projects of ours to fail. We just don't want others to go through that, right? That's it. That's the core idea of things. And about me, so my name is Dr. Saeel Momin. I am the head of strategy and projects at Startup Nation. Uh, okay. If my idea is about sports and esports, is that one of the themes? So we don't have sports and esports as a theme right now, Rituraj, but we have the others category, right? We cannot cater to every domain. It's not possible. So in order to address every other category, we have the others category. You can apply through that, and I'm sure it's still a very good product. And if you're good enough, you'll still come through that. All right. I am a food technology student. I want guide to this event. Sure, Mr. or Miss Thimam, if you could tell me a bit more about what you would like to know, I will help you out. But if you're looking for a very specific guidelines, I'll just ask you to go to the website. We have a FAQ section. On that FAQ section, we've put up all the experiences that you will have as an individual in that competition. So if you're an education institution, incubation center, or a participant, we have created a very detailed guidelines. You can go through that. After that, if you have any questions, you can just ask me here. Right? I'll ask my team to post it right now. Just post it on the group on the chat right now. The link for the FAQ. Yeah. Moksh. Yeah, I just did that, Moksh. I am not saying that again about myself. It gets kind of boring when you hear about yourself too often. Sir, it's a satellite, so it's high cost. No, I get it. I'm sorry, Rudraksh. I'm just looking at your text now. It takes time to scroll. This is okay, Swati Nima. This is Anya Nima from Bangalore. The course is free or paid. The course is free. Everything about this competition is free. Two, any extra course or only weekly live session? There will be recorded session you will have access to. You will have to register. You get access to those recorded lectures. You watch them whenever you get free time. You do the workshops whenever you have free time. There are only two live sessions, maybe two. Right now, there are two live sessions that are being scheduled that you have to attend. Apart from that, everything is as per your own time and convenience. Um, they are free. Yes, they are free. Um, I am working on a prototype. Okay, good, good. Rudraksh, if you require any assistance in your journey, right, just drop me a message. I'll be happy to help you out. No problem. Devanshu, I have to build an app for my startup. How can I build it in less resources or in less investment for the beginning? Devanshu, so that was a question that we had when a couple of weeks ago, actually, not even a couple of months ago. A couple of weeks ago, we had that question as to how will a startup with very little money and very little investment create an app or a website if they don't come from that background. It, after the competition or like slightly before the finals, we are thinking of launching an in-house tech team that will build your app for you. or your website for you, right? Obviously, they will charge. I mean, they may not charge you in money, but they will charge you in equity. But you will have to pay either way, right? So it's up to you to decide. Or there are a lot of I mean, there are a lot of freelancers that you can reach out to as well. Just post a job, and if a freelancer is looking for something like that, and if you align with them, you can pay them and get it done. That all depends is how much money you have, how much resources you have, and where you want to spend it. So if you have very little investment, do you want to spend that investment in building the app and the website, or you want to use that for marketing and getting early customers and stuff? So it's all up to you. It's how you strategize, how you deliver, right? But we at least want to create that option, Baba, because you cannot go out in the market and pay with equity to other people. That culture is not there in India. So we just thought that, okay, you know what, we have a very good tech team. If that is something that will help startups, we'll do that. Can you elaborate about the Olympiad prep for those who have only an idea and not the prototype? Anonymous. Okay. So if you only have an idea during the training session, you will be guided through different stages and different things that you need to prepare for before you go out to the market and before you actually start thinking and evaluating your idea into a startup, right? When you do that, uh, you will identify your next stages. And if your business model makes sense, if the idea makes sense, if the solution is still valid, if people are still willing to pay for your solution, create a prototype. No harm in it. Most of the time, it's free. If it is not free, then you can create a version that is free. Or like a model of things, something that's free. It works out. And the training session will help you. If not the training session, this live session will be a weekly thing. So if you have any questions, and if you get stuck somewhere, just reach out, buddy. I'll be happy to help you out. Also, I may not, do not call me. I do not answer random calls. Drop me a WhatsApp message anytime. I answer all my WhatsApp messages. So I may not answer immediately, but I'll look at it at some point and I'll still answer it. Where do you make money in your organization if you redirect all the traffic? Now, that's a very good question, right? Because no organization can run for free. So, as an NGO, what we do is the winners, the 250 winners, right? What we are going to do is we are going to grade them. When we invest in those startups, we are going to set a very small portion of equity, about 1 or 2%, for the incubation center, and actually provide a one year or 2 year support for each startup. Now, where is this going to be utilized? I'll tell you that also. We are going to have an in-house CA and an in-house CS team, right? Which is a chartered accountant and a company secretary. We are also going to have an in-house IP filing and just like a intellectual property lawyer who will take care of all your needs for free. Now, what happens is when you start your first startup, right? And this happened with me as well. If you legally in India, you can build a startup as a partnership firm, as an LLP, as a private limited, right? But if you build a startup as a partnership as an LLP, you're not fundable. VCs cannot fund you because they want you to be a private limited company for you to be funded. But if you are a private limited company, then you have to pay for all the compliance that the government has asked for. So you have to do your weekly, you have to do your GST filings, you have to do your AGMs, you have to do your directors meeting, you have to do your CS reportings and all of that stuff, right? And this costs a lot of money. And I think in the first year itself, I spent about 50,000 rupees on just those compliances. And when you're a first time early stage startup, that's very difficult. So what we decided, we'll to provide all these services in house, and we'll take a small portion of equity, which is about 1 to 2%, and along with that, provide you with a direct domain expert who will handhold you, connect you to different types of grants, different types of funding opportunities, and that way we will be able to help you take it forward, and we will make money from the equity side of things, right? So when I take 2% equity from 250 startups, I generate a pool of equity with me that has a little value to some investor out there. If some investor is looking to, hedge his bets around and wants to just invest in all 250, I can sell that 250, that 2% equity to the other person and get that money to fund my entire project and that everything that we're doing here. Does that answer your question? How will the certificate help you in future? Honestly, the certificate is for the people who care about certification. I am one of those people who believe that knowledge is everything. As far as you have the knowledge for things to how to execute, it doesn't matter. Certificates, degrees. I have a PhD. I have a master. I have two masters. I have a graduate diploma. I have a bachelor's. Honestly, they're a piece of paper I don't care about. And yeah. I'm a scientist with four patents myself, right? So it doesn't matter. Honestly, in the end, all that matters is the knowledge that you collect, not those degrees and certificates. The certificate is basically for the people who care about certifications. If you think that you need to have a certificate to show people in some student development programs or faculty development programs, right? They need to have a certificate to prove that they've attended something so they can tick off some hours or the credits and stuff. That's where it is. You can use it there if you like. Um, I have an idea, but not a prototype. Can I still participate? Sure, yeah, yes, you can. You can absolutely participate, not a problem. Okay, Raj has already answered the question. Thank you, Raj. Uh, right, the aim to revolutionize agriculture by making farming smarter, easier, and more profitable because farming is the backbone of India. I completely agree with you. My startup, right, ENP Community Farms, focused on two domains: waste management and agri-tech, right? And I strongly believe that if you can create a very good product for the farmers, it is a very difficult journey because farmers constantly are getting people random products saying that, hey, this product will help you get money, hey, that product will help you get money. So getting that initial trust is difficult, but once you obtain that trust, it gets very easy from there. A simple advice from an agri-tech founder to you is focus on one region. Earn your trust in that one region, validate everything in that one region, and build that community around your product for it, right? Because I think you're an app, right? Yeah, so that's the one that I just saw. So you're an app. Build a strong community around it, and only then you go for the next stages. That pilot, that community will be a very strong backbone for you to go forward. Right? How do you get funding for my startup? Any agri-tech, Are Baba, there are so many agri-tech funding opportunities. There's one every month. Sorry, one every week. Just so a trick that I normally use before is you like all the incubation centers in agri-tech in India. So I assume you're based in India, right? So if you're based in India, just tick all the boxes for incubation center. Just follow every single one of them on LinkedIn, and they keep posting grant opportunities with them. You can just keep applying. If you apply to 30, you will get maybe two or three opportunity to pitch at least. That I can guarantee you. So you take equity in return for bootstrap, startup compliance, and if the startup later gets his own in-house say and all, will absolutely we let you buy it. See, I'm not sure how to. I'll just say Panda because Namiki and Panda. I'll just call you Panda, right? Panda, you can buy back your equity anytime. If you get an investment and you think you want to buy back the equity from us, go ahead here. We don't care about the equity part of things. We just don't want. So when you give everything for free, right? There's no value around it, and that's something that I strongly don't believe in. Knowledge should be free, support should be free, but services should never be free. A product should never be free, right? So the competition part where I'm giving you knowledge, when I'm giving you support, that is fine. I don't care about that kind of stuff. You can reach out to us, utilize the network as much as you want. It's free. But when you talk about us helping you out in your startup journey, incubating you, connecting you to different types of incubation center which has grants available to funders, investors who are doing that, that's a service. And there I don't want to be free, right? So and you are free to buy back equity anytime. That will be in that contract. You can choose to buy it the next day even if you like it. Of all the WhatsApp groups, which ones are to be joined by students or registering as team? You can join the community group because that's the general group. If the community one group is full, so there's a community second group that you need to join. When that gets full, there'll be a third community. We are also trying to get an app in the place where all the communities can come in one place and we don't have to play this community game all the time. Uh, and yeah, because that is getting a bit frustrating. And once the competition scales even further, it'll be more complicated. So just join the funding, the community group for you as a student. Funding, if you are looking for funding. If you're not looking for funding, don't even join that one. All the announcement about the competition, we'll put it through the announcements anyway. So you'll get that. Does that answer your question, Vidhi? All right. Swati, you don't have to delete your messages. Just ask. It's fine. I could not read your message, so sorry. Okay. Rudraksh, prototype the first model or design of your idea. So because Rudraksh, you're working on a satellite, right? So buddy, I'd say work on the design and work on the design of the satellite, the entire details of things, and work on the software of things, right? Once you have those things, and those two things you can do it on your own. You don't require a third person or anything like that. You get a co-founder if you need help with coding, if you're not good at it. But those two things you can do on your own. You don't need money for that. You need money to execute the code. So when you launch it out, you need it then. But to write the code, to test it out, you don't need money. That's free. So do that, and after that you can start raising, because then you have something that you've done. Okay, Bhubaneswar, you've applied for some grants, some rejections without feedback. How an early stage startup will get to know about how to get grants, how to make a proper PPT to get grants. All right. So, Bhubaneswar, there is a 10-12 slide template, a typical template that you can use to pitch your idea, right? Just use that template. Can you tell me which stage you are at? I'm sorry, I forgot. I've been going through a lot. I assume you are still in an ideation stage, right? Um, so if you're in an ideation stage, get as much data as you can in market validation, POC. Okay, so proof of concept, great. So if you're at a POC stage, the next thing you need to do is identify your target market, get it validated there, try getting feedbacks as much as possible to a point where you can so pitching an idea or pitching a POC without a product, right? It's all about uh, converting numbers into science, which is when you go out and get a large enough survey done, when you get a large enough data from out there, and you validate it, saying that I went out there, took 1,000 surveys from my target audience. Right? Don't just go out with any random 1,000 people. Target audience, they think this is the thing, this is the problem that they are facing, and this is why I'm developing this solution. And I'm willing to pay X amount for the solution, like X to Y amount for the solution, and my pricing is somewhere between that X and Y. That's why my product will sell if you invest in me and allow me to develop it, right? If you give a valid reason, no one will be able to refuse it. That stage is when your pitch decks will be more seen, and it's quite difficult early on. So initially what I recommend is identify a very good incubation center that you like to incubate with, right? Unfortunately, in India, that's the case, because you need to build on the credibility. If you don't have a past experience in the ecosystem, your credibility comes from the incubation center that's supporting you. And just identify the one that aligns with the domain, apply there, and get there. And about the rejections part, don't worry about it, buddy, because I had to apply to hundreds and hundreds of them, and then I got a few grants initially, and this is after my PhD, right? So don't worry about that. You will get grants eventually. Just make sure your pitch deck is right. That 10-12 slide typical template, you can get it on any venture capital resource. Otherwise, wait another week or so, and we'll add a template to our resource on the education platform that will provide you with. Right? You can just download it from there and use that. So can you say about some of the previous startups which have gone to the final rounds in Startup India? We are not Startup India, Rudraksh. We are Startup Nation. We are very different things. Startup India comes under Niti Aayog, that is operated by AIM, and that is done by the Government of India, Prime Minister's Office. We are Startup Nation. We are an NGO. We work with the government. Government of India is our organizing partner, but we are not a government entity, right? So I will not comment on any of that stuff. Um, so how is Startup Nation Olympiad going to help you? Right? First thing that's going to do is going to give you visibility, right? Uh, what we are doing is we're reaching out to every school, every college, every university in the world, asking them to participate. Now, not everyone is going to participate. but the ones who will be the ones who have a very good ecosystem in entrepreneurship. Now, from them, the students who have trained in a bit of entrepreneurship or have a little bit of idea of entrepreneurship will be the ones participating. The ones who will put their ideas are they will be trained even further, and then they will put up their ideas. The ideas will come from across, well, most of the planet, minus the Americas. Uh, from so let's assume that 30,000 registration, two or 50,000 registration, right? For easy math. 2005 top 2,500 startups. That's top 5% of the global startup ideas, and that itself is an achievement. To get into the top 250, right? That is 0.5% of the global ideas that you're presenting. Come on, man. That gives you some credibility out there, that your startup is validated by masses, by the target audience, by the potential future buyers, by these foundations, by the incubation centers that are willing to support you. And that gives you some credibility as a first time founder. That's how it will help you. And after that, obviously, the network that we have that I've already presented, you can even go to the website and see that. We'll be putting up more and more networks. So we are also going to add up an investor network. I'm not sure whether the investors will be more comfortable by going live or they want to stay behind the scenes till the last stage. So that's the only question that we are answering, that we are asking them right now. But yeah, Rudraksh, so so Rudraksh, I cannot tell you about the previous startups that got into the Startup India finals, because this is the first time Startup Nation is doing a global competition, right? So that's why I couldn't answer your question. Sir, I had dropped the message. Give a once look. Pocket FM. I am sorry. Give a look once. I answered your question, right? Okay. How can I help you in building app, Divanshu? Okay. I don't know if Divanshu is another startup founder. No, yeah, we have an in-house team and very good team. They are developing that app for us. We don't really require outside assistance right now. But if they require any assistance, I'll definitely put it out on the group, and you can help us out there. Does that work for you, Pocket FM? Is that the question that you wanted answer for? Okay, so for Nation, okay, for Startup Nation, yeah. So hmm, I'll have to check. Not sure because I wasn't the one on the. I wasn't leading that project when we were doing for Pune University and other universities. I'll do one thing. I'll check with my team who are the people who won the university level competition and why they won. I think that was mostly because it was their ability to pitch and the validation of the idea that they brought on. Because I only attended it briefly. I'll check with them and yeah, I answer. So Rudraksh, that's the answer. I'll check with my team who won the previous competition, and then I'll let you know. Right? I can post it in the group, and that definitely will work. Pocket FM, I did answer your question, buddy. But I think you were not. I think you dropped out briefly at that time. I'll have to scroll up quite a bit because working on finance technology startup, we need your guidance. How can I contact you? That is the question that I can see. Can Pocket FM, if you could just post the question again? I mean, it's very difficult to scroll and find the one you want me to look at here. Okay. Yeah, Pocket, just put your question again. It's okay. You can put in multiple times. Meanwhile, does anyone else have any question? So you're damn. It's already 53 minutes. You have last 7 minutes. I did not think that I could talk so much. Is this my water or yours? This was mine. Yeah. Um, so if you see the pinned message, that's my number. You can just drop me a WhatsApp message. Glee Tech, is the trip to Pune funded or do we have to come personally? Right now, you have to come personally, but you can always reach out to your education institution, and they may be able to fund you. On what basis will they judge our ideas? Okay, Swati, like I said earlier, the first thing that they'll be judging you on is your ability to sell your vision. How much of an impact will your idea or your solution bring to the target audience that you are looking at, or the target market that you're looking at? Whether or not your solution is something that people are willing to pay for. If they are willing to pay for, how much money can you make out of it? Whether you'll be making enough money to sustain yourself as a business or not. So those are the kind of things that we'll be looking at, right? Where is Startup Nation located? The idea of a Startup Nation was so that it stays virtual, but we are located in Pune. The office is in Pune. If you are from Pune and you wanna grab a coffee, why not? How do we get to top 2,500? So the top 2,500 comes from, and when you submit your pitch, the two to pitch focusing on your problem, solution, and USP. We'll put it in the public domain, and we'll give you the link of that of the video that we posted. Right? You will have to share it in your network. You will have to go out there asking for votes for your pitch deck. You have to share it with your target audience, and this is a very good thing because you can actually use this to go and survey the your potential buyers. Go there, show them the video. You can ask them whether they are someone who would be willing to pay for this kind of solution, and if they are, then they can vote for you, right? The top 250 from each domain will be chosen. The list of domain is already been put on the chat by my team. So top 250 from each domain will be chosen. That's how we come to 2,500 startups. Yes, no, it also depends on your ability to sell. So what happens is, even if you have a very big network and the problem that you're solving doesn't actually resonate with your network, or the solution that you're bringing doesn't resonate with that network's not going to vote for you, right? Even if you have, let's say, 5,000 people in your WhatsApp groups and whatnot, only the top 5, 10 people in the real world will actually go out and vote for you unless they actually resonate with you. So that's the idea here. You need to identify the market that resonates with the problem and the solution that you're offering, and show the video to them. You have to market it right. So if you market it right, people will vote for it, and the top 250 gets voted. Simple as that. Said I can't to join the group. It's already reached the max limit. Raj, please join the second community. If the second community is full, guys, just make the third community. But that's what has been going on. Hopefully, by next month, we'll have an app so everyone can onboard on that for the community bit, because that community is getting quite cluttered, and I want people to be able to share their ideas, their videos, their vision with people. No, I'm not going through that. So my team wants you to do this. Do that. They want you to do this, which is to follow, like social media stuff. I don't really care about that stuff. So you can choose to do that. It all depends on the network. Yes. On what basis will you receive certificates? You finish the competition, you receive the certificate. It has nothing to do with the competition. You'll get it anyway. I mean, just make sure you see all the videos, you do the workshops, you attend the live seminars, and that's it. You will get the certificate that way. Will we get for what will we get for participating? Yes, you'll get it for participating. Have already submitted the idea with registration form. Should I submit again? No, no, Swati, you don't need to submit again. If you've already registered, that's good enough. After, the next thing that you'll have to submit is the video, pitch video, 2 to 3 minute one, right? Just give me a second. Sorry about that. Any other questions that you have? Where to submit the pitch video. So you will get the information about that through the email after the training program, right? If you are able to, because I'll tell you my problem with the pitch video submission. Initially, we thought that a Google form will do, but that is not how it's going to work, because the scale of the competition is huge, right? And the data needs to be gathered in one place, needs to be segregated, organized properly. That's why we wanted the app. So the app or we'll do it directly through our website, right? So either two of them, one of the two, the learning management system where you'll see all the modules that will have a submission button, or you can just upload it directly to the app. One second, one second. So can you please explain all the processes of the competition again with the days we're gonna release what? Raj, just go through the FAQ, buddy, because I've already done that. I've answered that question 2 times today, right? So if you go to the FAQ segment, you'll have the documents there for participations. You can go through that, and that will answer your question. And if after that you still have any questions, just reach out to me. When do we need to submit the pitch video? You do it after the training program is done. Right, so it'll be sometime in around second week of September, I think. Right. So by the first or second week of September, your training program will get over, and after that, you will get another 10-15 days to create and submit your pitch video. So by the second week of September or till the end of September, you'll get that much time. Yeah, not a community group 2 is not full. So please, if you are not able to join the community group, you can join the second one. I will. Okay, yeah, no worries, Raj. So my 1 hour that I allocated for this is full. I have another meeting that I need to get to. Thank you so much for joining in today. We will be doing this session weekly. So if you want, if you work on your startup idea and you have more questions, you can join the next Saturday and let me know if you have anything else, right? Ah, okay, right. I'll just answer your question and then go because I don't want you to suffer that. So with uh, the funding process for your startup, if you have developed an MVP or you've done idea validation, you've gone to the customer, gotten proper responses, then you need to start applying to agri incubation centers because you're an agri tech. You need to apply to agri incubation centers. They are the ones who get a lot of grant from the government. You can also apply to international grants in agri tech. So there, because you are on the borderline of agri tech and waste management, and at the same time sustainable packaging, there are a lot of grants even in climate tech and sustainability for you. So you can keep applying for them, and that's where you'll get your initial funding. If you want to go the other route of VC funding, you in India, you will need to get to a level where you get VC funded. By that, what I mean is your business model needs to be perfect and needs to show a vision that when I put a rupee in you, I get 2 rupees back, or you will be using my funds for the exact right process that you said, and this is where you'll use the money. This is how much you'll make after that, right? So that's a very guided thing that you'll have to do. The training program will help you through that as well, so that's not a problem. If you require the template for the pitch deck, wait for another week or so. We'll be putting it as one of the resources on the learning management system where you'll have all your training program. Right? I hope that answers your question, right? Uh, Manish, I'm really sorry, buddy, but my next appointment is waiting. I would love to answer your question, but I have to rush for that as well. Can you ask me this question next week? Because we'll be doing this next week as well. You can just come in at 5, ask me a question, and I'll answer it. Right? Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm pretty much end of it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys if you wanna. If you come the next time, I'll see you then. Have fun. Yes, end stream.